Imagine a man born into poverty. A boy whose father was poisoned by enemies. A child abandoned in the harsh wilderness with his family, left to starve. Most people would have disappeared into history. Instead, this boy grew up to conquer more land than any ruler who ever lived. His armies swept across Asia and Europe like a storm. Cities surrendered at the mere mention of his name. Millions feared him. Millions followed him. And by the time he died, he had built the largest continuous empire in human history. But how did a forgotten tribal boy become the most powerful man on earth? This is the incredible story of Genghis Khan. Chapter 1, A Boy Named Temujin. Long before he became Genghis Khan, he was known as Temujin. He was born around 1162 on the vast Mongolian steppes. Life there was brutal. The Mongol tribes constantly fought each other. There were no permanent cities. No powerful kingdoms. Only survival. When Temujin was just 9 years old, his father was poisoned by a rival tribe. Without protection, his family was abandoned. They were left alone to survive in one of the harshest environments on earth. Food became scarce. Hunger became a daily battle. At one point, Temujin even killed his own half-brother during a dispute over food. The young boy learned an important lesson. In the steppes, weakness meant death. Chapter 2, The Rise of a Leader. As Temujin grew older, he realized something that other tribal leaders never understood. The Mongols spent more time fighting each other than fighting real enemies. Instead of destroying rival tribes, he began absorbing them. He rewarded loyalty instead of family connections. He promoted talented warriors no matter where they came from. This was revolutionary. For the first time, ordinary people could rise through skill rather than birth. Warriors flocked to his banner. His army grew larger every year. One by one, rival tribes were defeated or united under his leadership. By 1206, Temujin had achieved what many believed impossible. He united the Mongol tribes. That year, he received a new title. Genghis Khan. The Universal Ruler. Chapter 3, Building the Perfect Army. Most armies of the time moved slowly. Genghis Khan's army was different. Every soldier was a skilled horseman. Many could fire arrows accurately while riding at full speed. His warriors carried multiple horses, allowing them to travel incredible distances. Sometimes they covered over 100 kilometers in a single day. But speed wasn't his only advantage. Genghis Khan organized his army with military precision. Units were divided into groups of 10, 100, 1,000, and 10,000. Orders moved quickly. Discipline was strict. Disobedience was punished severely. The result was one of the most efficient military forces in history. Chapter 4, The Conquest Begins. With Mongolia united, Genghis Khan looked beyond the steppes. His first major targets were neighboring kingdoms in northern China. Many rulers underestimated the Mongols. They believed nomadic horsemen could never defeat powerful cities protected by massive walls. They were wrong. Genghis Khan adapted quickly. He captured engineers from conquered lands. He learned siege warfare. Soon, even fortified cities began to fall. Every victory made his empire stronger. Every conquest added new soldiers, weapons, and resources. The Mongol war machine became unstoppable. Chapter 5, The Empire Expands Across Continents, 7 to 845. Next came Central Asia. The Khwarezmian Empire controlled important trade routes and wealthy cities. At first, Genghis Khan sought peace and trade. But after Mongol merchants were killed, everything changed. His response was devastating. Mongol armies swept across the region. City after city fell. Some surrendered and were spared. Others resisted and faced destruction. Within a few years, one of the most powerful empires in the world had collapsed. The Mongols continued westward. Their banners appeared across deserts, mountains, and plains. No one had ever seen anything like it. Conclusion: why Genghis Khan changed history. When Genghis Khan died in 1227, his empire stretched across enormous distances. But his greatest achievement was not simply conquest. He connected East and West. He protected trade routes. Ideas, technologies, and cultures traveled across continents more easily than before. His legacy remains controversial. To some, he was a ruthless conqueror. To others, he was a brilliant leader and military genius. But one fact is undeniable. From a starving boy abandoned on the Mongolian steppes, Genghis Khan built the largest continuous empire the world has ever seen. And centuries later, his name is still remembered as a symbol of power, ambition, and conquest. The question is: could anyone like Genghis Khan ever rise again in the modern world?